Hey bro, so today I have just learned something in this book called Peak Performance, which is a book by about table tennis made by Kevin Finn, where he talks about how to find your preferred body weight and how to know if you should cut or if you should bulk according to what kind of goals that you have. So what you want to do is that you take 2 weeks to kind of experiment, because what you want to do is find your average weight. So what you're gonna do now is that every single day you're gonna weigh yourself at home, find out how many kilos you weigh. What you then do is you take the average weight that you got on your first week, and then you weigh yourself every day on the second week as well, and then you take the average of the second week as well. And then what we do is that we what do we do? Then we find the difference between those two. So let's say that you weighed 70 kilos in week 1 and you weighed 70.5 the next week. Then that means that the difference between those two is 0.5 kilos. So what you want to do with that is that you multiply 3,500 with the difference that you got between the 2 weeks. So the formula would be like my editor is probably gonna show it up here, like the formula that I'm talking about. I at least hope so. But anyway, the formula is 3,500 times 0.5 in this example, of course. And then what you get here, you will divide it by 7, because it is how many days we have a week. So you divide it by 7, and then what you get here is what you will, then you divide it by 7, and then the number that you will get is the amount of calories that you have to either subtract or add. So how do we know that we are gonna subtract or add to our maintenance of calories? It is actually pretty simple, because what we just need to look at is if we have gained weight or if we lost weight. So in this example, we gained weight because we went from 70 to 70.5 kilos. So that means that we are gonna add the number that we got by dividing 7 into the other number. So that means that we will get a specific number. I'm not that good at math in my head, so I can't really make that equation, but that's just what you know. Then you know that that's the amount of calories that you want to intake every single day. Oh yeah, and by the way, something that you probably have to do as well is that you have to count your calories as well, because we want to know the average amount of calories that you actually intake. And I wouldn't really recommend that you just guess, because that's never really accurate. It shows in studies that we're actually 50% wrong with the amount of calories that there are in the foods that we eat. So I will actually recommend that you also journal down how many calories that you intake. There's a free app called MyFitnessPal. That app is free to use, and you can search up the ingredients and then you can track how many calories that you have taken. That's what I've been using, and it works so well. So I would definitely recommend you to do that. So let's say that you need to lose weight. Then you need to cut down 10 to 25% of that weight that you have. Or not weight, actually. I meant from your maintenance calories. So you just want to cut that down by 10% to 25%, and then you will know exactly how much you need to stay in a calorie deficit. And then if you want to add weight, it's actually recommended that you maximum do plus 10%, because else you will overwhelm like your body. It's kind of harsh for the body to keep that much food. So yeah, I hope it wasn't too complicated to understand, but that is how that you can actually find the amount of weight that you want to take every single day, and how to know if you should be in a calorie deficit or in a calorie surplus. If you enjoyed this video, then it would be lovely if you went down and subscribed to my channel so you can get 1% better each day. Have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow.